Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Prime Weekly Series Finals Season 4. This is a PUBG mobile tournament, in case you don't know. First match will be played on the map of Erangel, and here we go. It's time for the flight path. Well, the flight is moving from Savini and finishing off towards Primorsk. Flight path favoring the central regions of Erangel map, heading towards the western regions will be a hell of a job there. Teams have started to access their primary drop locations, and the teams who love to head towards the eastern edges might not be able to head towards their primary drop location in this Erangel game, but maybe they'll get a chance to head towards their primary drop location in the near future. The Fixos crew, as usual, heading towards Yasnaya Poliana. I'm surprised that Alep Esports is not heading towards Yasnaya Poliana. How on earth is that possible? I mean, Alep Esports and Yasnaya Poliana, that's a love story. And Alep Esports has ditched their drop location, and after seeing that, I'm heartbroken. I mean, everything can happen now. Alep Esports, by the way, where are they heading to? They're heading to a spray mosque? Well, they could have headed to his Yasna Poliana, but they're heading to his Primos. That's some out-of-the-box strategy coming up from their side. Romania squad, they're heading towards the big city of Georgiapol. At the same time, if you talk about EDM Esports Gaming, they're headed towards Georgiapol Containers, and so much close to them. That's team out. Our team may be heading towards Hospital, won't be getting much areas for themselves to loot. SWAT Esports headed towards Pachinki. And right now there are three teams present in Pachinki, so it's a triple threat fight. And Kill for win, they're in a sandwich situation for now, and it's really difficult for them to get out of the situation. So K4W at this point, they need to target at least to one team. Will it be GE or will it be SWAT Europe? That's the question. K4W, what do they believe in? Taking down GE or taking down SWAT Europe? That's the question. And for now, they are being very much defensive, submissive. They're not taking the initiatives because they're not really able to figure out where to go. And Niddle immediately gets knocked out. So SWAT Europe might start closing in. Eclipse, he has a off-guard angle there. So from the sidelines as well, he might bother the players of Team K4W. Amy gets knocked out. That boy has been pinned down for now. Kiddo gets a frag for himself. He fired. Deals brilliant damage there on Needle. Gets really good damage for himself. But that won't be enough. Call. Knocking down piles. And maybe a ray of hope for Team K4W. Kiddo using the smokes. Gets knocked out by Needle. That's a brilliant pump shotgun connection coming in. Bad boy cannot cross. That's true. That's fixed. That's a fact that Bad boy cannot get out of the house. He's been watched there. And Demon now, he has to fight Team K4W by himself. Maybe he'll disengage from the fight. Maybe he'll just watch the show. Paw will be flushed out. And SWAT Esports is Crazy gets knocked out. And the team which is the most strong in Pachinki right now is SWAT Esports. Team having the most power, the most strength right now is SWAT Esports. And GE is down to 2 players. Bad Boy now, he's the last man standing. Demon gets knocked out. Bad Boy will try to go for that revival, but he's going to risk a lot here. And he's just barely surviving at 10 HP, so just one bullet connection even would be enough to take down Bad Boy. But Demon has been flushed out, so all those efforts go in vain. And Bad Boy moving much more closer to SWAT Esports. K4W hasn't been completely eliminated from this game yet. 2 of the players are still. And I don't know how Niddle was able to revive Hinzala there. I'm not able to figure that out. But K4W just steps back and they'll let SWAT Esports fight Team GE. And GE is a very dominating team. And watching them fade off here in Pachinki is really, really surprising for me. But SWAT Esports wouldn't want to be overwhelmed between these 2 teams. K4W, I guess they are backing off from Pachinki and they're heading towards the safe areas. And a lot of teams now fighting in the initial stages. Even Uday and Sap, maybe they're into action. K4W just trying to secure that vehicle. Eclipse knocking down and Zelda. And Niddle now, he'll be the last ray of hope surviving. Here's Aaron open. Niddle gets a Beautiful knock for himself. That's AK 4x scope he was using, and Eclipse again. Getting a frag for himself, finishes Needle. Bad boy. He's the solo player surviving for Team GE. Elimination, by the way, coming in for Team K4W. They're eliminated on 18th position. Mystique Esports. They're in the big city of Georgepol, and they're fighting against Team One Tap Romania. One Tap Romania having 5 eliminations in their pocket. Wow. Well, that's One Esports, ladies and gentlemen. One Esports with a really great start. And now they are looking forward to eliminate Mystique Esports from this game as well. GSR, he's out of this game. Sexy OG, Jungly is the duo surviving. And Jungly with this Velcro grenade might get thrown. Oh. Just deals that splash damage there. But this time with that AKIM spray, Jungly gets a really good damage. It knocks down his opponent. But Jungly retaliates, so a retaliation will be faced by Jungly. His opponent retaliates. And Jungly will be taken down. Hate most. He'll be making those final connections, and that's the end. Team Mystique Esports gets eliminated from this game. They'll be getting eliminated on 16th position. Not really a great play by Mystique Esports. And I guess that's 4X who hasn't contributed in these 2 fights, but it's absolutely fine. He'll get plenty of opportunities in future. He doesn't have to be desperate for eliminations. And, you know, swim against the tide just to get those eliminations, take too much risk, and put himself at risk. Nika knocking down Curran, and that has got to be Team Udain Sap. A new player will be showing up for Team Udain Sap, but still the same result. With 4 early elims coming in, and Curran is out of this game. The guest is out of this game. The guest of Udain Sap is out of this game. Etienne, Nigza is knocked out. Revival will be a bit tough there. Dongzhu, yeah, for now he doesn't have a really great angle there on the players of Team Udain Sap. He's not able to watch his opponent. He's not able to keep an eye on them. And Udain Sap, maybe they're backing off from this fight. Umbred will be targeted by Dongzhu. No connections made by Dongzhu there. And now Udain Sap's attention will be drawn by ET and Dongzhu. So you never know that Udain Sap might come back to retaliate, because they need points in the initial stages. These are grand finals, ladies and gentlemen, so you need to make a big start, a mega start, and that could have been a 1v3, but now Dongzhu will be getting that lift from Nigza. So ETN, even they are compromising for now, and that's a kind of gentleman agreement between ETN and Udain Sap. Both the teams will now make a decision that will meet each other in the circle, and then we'll take care of things. And we'll start where we left. Our team down to just 1 player. Tripex solo surviving. 2 elims heal secure. But 2 phase with a blunder gets knocked out by falling. And if ETN Esports uses the same pathway to head towards the circle, I mean that could be, I mean, disastrous for Team Udain Sap. And Team Udain Sap might end up in a fight against One Esports. Does One Esports know about Udain Sap's location? Tripex getting Dongzhu. Now, ETN, they ended up in a third party. They ended up getting a surprise by Tripex. And Tripex is far away from for now. It will take him time to close in completely. And by that time, maybe the third player of Team ETN will show up. And that is Nigza, I guess. Yep. And Nigza goes for that spray on Tripex. And that is Nunix. Will be the third player now showing up. Comes back. Help out his teammates. Dongzhu with a grenade. Takes down Tripex. And that's the end. Our team, they're eliminated on 14th position. They're out way too early. Udain Sap, they're trapped in Georgepol Big City. And one team, they're delaying the rotation, I guess. They don't know about the presence of their opponents. Or do they know? Forex heard the vehicle sound. Hate most. He was straight up heading towards Team Udain Sap, but Team Udain Sap has backed off. And Team Udain Sap now trying. Oh wow! He connected! those bullets. That was difficult, but still he did that. So a nasty blow was given by Prime there to one team. But that won't be enough, and when Urain Sab, they'll keep on rotating, one team won't get an opportunity to get their hands on Team Urain Sab. So far now, there's no banter happening between Urain Sab and one team. Both these teams will meet inside the circle. But Mao Sovereign, they might end up in a rotational clash with Team Urain Sab. Yeah, Two-Face is so much slow. Amrit Bolte, he gets knocked out. And that's Team TBW showing up out of nowhere. And Amrit will be quite unlucky. He'll be getting no help from his teammates as well. So Amrit will be compromised. That is Team NW Project. Team 18, that is. Gets an early start. Team TBW. First elimination coming in. Mitra takes down Yara. Pain for now. Knocks down Mitra. And now problems rising for TBW because this was sort of unexpected. But alright. Closes in to make things alright for TBW. Revival will be given to Mitra. But what happened there? Rusty? Somewhere else he got taken down. That was Two-Face. Will be knocking down Rusty. And the flush will come in immediately. So TBW Esports, they still faced a casualty, which they were not really ready for. They are down to 3 players. And still there are a lot of teams around them. So they need to watch their backs. Because Urain Sab, I mean, they're still trying to retaliate. Still trying to make those connections on TBW Esports from a range. Core 5 MS knocks down Prime. But Urain Sab, they are having a position where it's so much difficult to push on Team Urain Sab. But Prime wasn't open. So that was, I mean, a gift for Core 5 MS. That was an advantage for him and he took care of that. And now Team Urain Sab, they're just down to 1 player. Situation becomes much more cheeky for them. It's really difficult to get out of this. SWAT Esports down to 3 players, and this is such a huge cluster. ETN Esports on the ridge. SWAT Esports breaching that squad house. Crazy with steady hands. Well, he'll be going for the pre-fire, making no connections. Eclipse, well, he'll be providing enough cover from that ridge. Goody gets knocked out. He was just trying to go for the grenade. Crazy connects that DBS and does a 1v2. Elimination coming in for Team DV. They'll be getting eliminated on 12th position. SWAT Esports secures that squad house. Goody got knocked out, but no need to worry. Revival will be given. That's going to be an easy rep. Eclipse. Now, he needs to get inside that squad house. He cannot be waiting there in such a wide open area. And ETN Esports shows up. And that was a good sneak out by Eclipse. Didn't waste much time. He didn't stay much on that ridge, which is a really good thing. But stage 3 is not favoring SWAT Esports, so they cannot keep on waiting here. They gotta get out of the squad house. Team FT, formidable threat. They'll be straight away heading towards the center of the circle. And that's a mastermind move in my opinion. Because, you know, the kind of circle is forming right now. There are so many probabilities that FT Esports might be favored by the upcoming circle ship. And it's comparatively difficult to push in inside this compound as well. EXF, as usual, lacking with gunpowder and lacking with luck. Facing 2 initial casualties. And now it's just survival mode on. So, as always, EXF, they'll be compromising in terms of eliminations. And I don't know what happens to Team EXF in the later on stages of the finals. They start performing. I mean, wait till the last game and EXF will just go absolutely nuts. And they might even get that winner chicken dinner. Because in the last finals as well, I saw EXF doing the same thing. Didn't perform through the whole day. 3 games, they did nothing. And they came in the 4th game and just blew the lobby. And that was incredible performance shown by Team EXF. They ended up getting that winner chicken dinner. And I'm talking about the last finals which I witnessed, where I saw EXF playing. So here as well, EXF, as usual, getting a slow start. No finishes in the initial stages. And now, with casualties, they are forced to play passively. Just two players surviving. So wait till the last game. EXF, Exile Fighters, they'll blow apart everything. But now stage 4 has initiated. And FT Esports, as I said, there are so much probabilities that FT Esports might be favored by the circle. And that has happened. They might be favored by the fourth circle and they are still present inside the circle, so no need to move. But there are a lot of teams who will be traveling from the western regions. And one team, after having such a great start, now rotations needs to be on point. And there should be as less error as possible by the side of one team. And EXF now about to get eliminated in the initial stages. But RiseX makes connections with that Molotov, knocks down a player. And maybe it's a 1v2 left now, and he'll continue to use those utilities. Can he knock down another player? Well, Nexar will get flushed out. So ETN, down to maybe just one player, but Dongshu takes down RiseX, and EXF gets eliminated on 11th position. So a miserable first game, and it's absolutely fine. Sometimes you need some time to take information, to gather information about the play of your opponents. So this was just a trial. Maybe from game number 2 we might see them performing well. One team, Jimmy gets knocked out, Patmos gets knocked out as well. And this is what I was talking about. One team, the margin of error is very much low, and I guess one team, they're eliminated from this game too. So that is so much sad. They got so much eliminations in the initial stages, but now rotation will be a problem for them. What Esports goes for the slamming on Team OSG's Nomi. And Gafex Old School losing Nomi here. 10 elims will be secured by SWAT Europe. Crazy gets knocked out. Eclipse gets knocked out. Cutie. Last pair he is. And there's no other option left. There's some area he'll get for himself. And that's such a great way to make a cover. But he'll move that vehicle aside. And eventually lie down in an open area. Why did he do that? He had great cover there. Instead of moving that vehicle, he could have just popped in that first aid. And then he could have either moved towards the circle or could have fought Team Gafex Old School. But yeah, we were talking about one team. Now they need to figure out what went wrong in this Wrangle game. And rotation is a kind of thing which is very much crucial. I mean, if your rotation is weak, you won't be able to survive. The Kenpar is incredible. We saw that in the initial stages, how easily they eliminated Mystic Esports right in the beginning of the game, in the big city of Georgiapol, where initiating fights is a challenge in itself. And Mystic Esports, they are so good at Georgiapol big city. It's really difficult for teams to eliminate them in Georgiapol big city, but still, one team did that. But then, I mean, getting eliminated because of rotations, that is something. Ragex now the last player surviving. Golden Fish closing in. Ragex very smartly using that grenade and connects that shotgun really well. The shot connection going right through the heart of Golden Fish. Right, Irem gets knocked out. TBW Esports, they're everywhere. And that's such a huge split they're maintaining right now. Controlling completely the eastern regions of the circle. And that's a sign of domination. But not the players of Gafex Old School, that is Lavi Gaming maybe. Immediately Lavi Gaming. Trying to look for some angles there on Touch Me. But won't happen. And alright, we'll send back Lavi Gaming right into that compound where he came from. But Krish, he has breached the compound of Gafex Old School. Lavi Gaming, you gotta be careful, because alright, might get an angle on you. And Lavi Gaming almost burned himself with a Molotov. Try again, knocking down Krish. And the last player, that was 4G. Dada will be taken down by Try again. FT Esports gets eliminated on 6th position. There's now 5 teams and 15 players alive. Circle is currently favoring Gafex Old School. Hell Esports, my goodness. What kind of a play is this? The whole lobby is just going nuts and fighting. The Hell Squad on the other side, they're playing very much passively. 0 elims till now. How on earth is that possible? zero eliminations, and they just prioritize survival in this game. They're just completely depending on survival, is what I feel. Because they have backed off from fights as well. Maybe they had a drop clash, they didn't indulge themselves into it, and just completely focusing on survival. This is crazy. This is so much surprising to me. Poor team. Such a brilliant play till now. 8 elims, all the players, and a really good touch. The problem right now is Circle. And all the teams, maybe, what they can do is just go for that slamming on Team Guffic Soul School. And maybe Core Team can do that because they have numbers advantage. And Guffic Soul School, since they have the numbers disadvantage, Core Team might be the team to, snatch that compound out of Guffic Old School's hands. But two of the players got knocked out, Serpent and both of them won't be getting that revival. And Guffic Soul School, they're on fire. Brilliant tracing that is by Irem. Freaker will be flushed out. Hell Squad had to go for that slam and there was no other option left. TBW is out. Irem connects on Paradise. Yano is out. Core team, they need a moment to settle down in that small area. They don't have much breathing space. But Dongshu, can't he see Irem in such a wide open area? Maybe from the sidelines, he was able to see Irem there, but won't get enough time to deal that spray and pop in that first aid again. But he still has a vehicle, so still there is a chance where Dongshu can enter the circle. But before doing that, he'll go for that spray. Cactus survives it. Dongshu, you got late, my friend. And probably you will get eliminated from this game. ETN is out. They're eliminated on 4th position. Great attempt made there by Dongshu, but that wasn't enough. Hell Squad versus Guffic Soul School versus Core Team. Guffic Soul School finally looking good. There have been so many changes in this lineup. Now Lavi Gaming is the only OG guy of Guffic Soul School who I can see right now. All the other players are pretty much new to me. So this is a whole new roster of Guffic Soul School, maybe. Now go Evan. But he cannot revive his teammate. So he'll be healing himself. But try again, has some other things on his mind. Paris, last player, he'll be taken down. Winner, chicken dinner coming in for Team Guffic Soul School. That was pretty much easy. 11 Elims and a winner, chicken dinner. In a convincing fashion. They didn't face any trouble throughout the game. So much easy that was for them. And that's the end of match number 1, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if yes, make sure to hit that like and the subscribe button. We'll be taking a short break and we'll be right back with match number 2. Till then, stay tuned. Alright, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk business. It's time for match number 2. Here we go. The flight path is going to be very much crucial. Miramar, a lot of things depend on this flight path, which is a basic flight path right now, initiating from the northern regions of Valadimar, finishing off towards Campo Militar, favoring the central regions of Miramar map. While heading to its southern region is going to be a hell of a task for teams. Heading towards the northern regions is going to be difficult as well. So teams might, restrict themselves in the central regions of Miramar. Might not really try to head towards the eastern or the western or the northern regions. First circle favoring the eastern regions of Miramar. The northeastern regions are present inside the circle El Azahar. Truck stop is in. Impala is on the southern edge. Core team heading towards El Pozo. They've had a decent last game. Team DV, where are they heading to? DV Esports may be heading towards El Azhar, grabbing the north of the circle. So yeah, I mean, maybe just two teams they would face while rotating, or they don't even need to rotate until the second circle forms and it ditches El Azhar. Because if the second circle completely favors El Azhar, then I don't think they'll need to rotate. They'll keep on holding their position. The K4W Esports, I mean, I guess they always want to fight Team GE. I don't understand because we saw the same thing happening in the last game. In Pachinki, both these teams met, K4W and GE. And both these teams got eliminated, by the way, by Team SWAT Europe. SWAT Europe dominated Pachinki and eliminated both these teams right in the initial stages. But again, that same thing might happen. Either GE or K4W, one of these teams might get eliminated in the initial stages. It's going to be a hell of a fight. On the other side, it's going to be ETN fighting Core Team in one to where that crop class is happening. And since ETN, they've got a hashtag 4 in the last game. Hashtag 4 or hashtag 3, I still can't remember. Probably that was a hashtag 4 ETN got in the last game. And they gotta be... They need to focus on their weak points, especially the numbers thing. I mean, in the last game, they did fight in the initial stages, but each and every fight they kept on facing casualties. So that's a part which they need to focus on. Stop, facing casualties in every fight you fight. ETN Esports, right now they're in a drop clash, but maybe they will just back off because they are having a really good position on the points table. And if they play well in this game, you never know, they might get hashtag 2 or hashtag 1 for themselves. So if you want to climb rapidly on points table, you need a good game. If you want that steady climb, then keep on getting those average points, and then you'll be completely relying on the final game. That's not the kind of, situation you would want to put yourself into. And I say you know a lot. Yeah. I've noticed that. Mystic Esports, by the way, they're into fight. Yep, Mystic Esports, they're into action. And they're fighting Team RO. That is Romania squad. A 4v3 fight it is. So Mystic Esports should not fumble this time. Since it's a 4v3 fight, they have all those Infinity Stones to win this fight. They have height advantage. And look at the split. They have surrounded Romania squad from 4 different directions. Junkie running behind. Razor gets knocked out. Junkie got knocked out too. So Kerosene is the last man standing. So Mystic Esports is moving ahead now to put in the final nail in the coffin and get this thing done as soon as possible. Winning 2 Masera, getting 4 initial frags. That's a huge deal. Mystic Esports couldn't do well in the last game, and that's why they want to cover up the mess they've made from the last game, since they got eliminated right in the initial stages. So yeah, this game is pretty much important for them. Because Mystic Esports, they don't really like to struggle on the points table, and that's the end. Romania squad, they'll be getting eliminated on 20th position. And as I was saying, Mystic Esports, this team has the potential, and they don't really like to struggle on the points table. And most of the times, they're present somewhere between 1 to 7, hashtag 1 to 7. But right now, after the first game, Mystic Esports, they're pretty much low. Because in the last game, they messed up with one team in Georgia Pubg City, and they got eliminated empty-handed. Core team, near Crater Fields there. And they're fighting with team out. And our team has faced a casualty. Core team has faced a casualty too. Mihai maybe trying to create an angle from the sidelines. But his vehicle got targeted there. So he needs to be very much sharp here. Because Nagoev knows that he has been creating a flank angle. But Mihai with a great connection made there. Getting some good damage for himself by that spray. 5MS is kind of a low. Bit pressure there on Serpent and 5MS. And they can be seen by the other two players. SNX and Drypex can easily spot them, since they have the height advantage. But Nagoev is going to get knocked out. And the flush will be delayed for now. Serpent and 5MS will be forced to close in and save their teammates for now. Mihai, he has an opportunity maybe, but no. Core team, they will stretch their rotation as much as they can, and they will get out of this mess. They won't fight our team, because this is an important game. You know, you mess up in a wrangle, it's absolutely fine, because it's the first game of the grand finals, and it's okay if you fumble there. You take information, you gather information about the opponents, you understand the nature of the lobby, and you try to understand the game style of your opponent. Everything is fine, everything is okay. But now in Miramar, we are talking business. Some serious talks are needed to be done here in Miramar, because this is the most toughest map to play. And from match number 2, that serious phase starts. So I've seen teams, you know, going a bit casual in the first game or experimenting in the first game, but from the second game, teams, I mean, they are very much cautious, very much serious, very much focused. And now it's time to get back your focus. And core team is doing the same thing now. Since they've got a really good outcome from the last game, they wouldn't want to just let this game slip out of their hands the way it has been doing till now. GE with all their full players, K4W with a setback, call is out of this game. Second circle has been initiated at Eastern Shift and Hell Squad. They were just surviving in the last game. I don't even know. Did they get any elimination from the last game? Kiddo got spotted there by Amy. Amy closes in. Kiddo fantastically just jumps down there and delays all the threat which was present on him. Amy healing himself. Needle gets knocked out. Piles won't make a mistake. K4W down to 2 players. And now this fight is slipping out of their hands. Worries rising for K4W. Amy handling the staircase. Damon, he will be surviving there by the barest of margins. He'll be quite lucky that he didn't get knocked out. Amy got a bit late there. And Kiddo was almost about to knock out Amy. Hits the other, not finishes Kiddo. That's brilliant. K4W, at least from this game, they won't be returning back empty-handed. Now it's a 2v3 fight. It's still manageable. K4W bringing in some more hope for themselves. That is Amy just now using those smoke grenades and blocking the angle of his opponents. Piles, maybe he faked there. He tried to climb up that staircase. ETN shows up out of nowhere. Demon, I guess he's gonna use that ramp. But look at Amy. Jumps and moves ahead. And Demon, he's so much quick. Knocks down Amy there. He's the other last player and he'll be taken down. And that's the end. K4W is out. ETN is alert. ETN know that there is something happening in Picado. And Unix, I mean, that is way too open to stop and check out. Because if GE spots you, 3 players will just burn this vehicle down with those explosive bullet connections. So you wouldn't want that for yourself. Already you're lacking with vehicles. Losing a vehicle now, losing your players now, that would be ugly. But almost all the teams have made their way to the circle. Shirizex, he's out of this game. EXF fighting Mao Sovereign. Fight coming in from Truck Stop. And most of the teams, they're prioritizing fights inside the circle, not taking the risk to fight out. Sype is the last man standing. And can he do something? Yeah. Will he be able to pull off a 1v4? Maybe instead of a 1v4, he'll be just trying to give Mausorin a casualty. Now VZ, he moved pretty much closely and maybe he heard the footstep of Sype. So Mausorin now might regroup near Sype and will try to take him down. Hell Squad, they are rotating pretty closely as well. So now 3 teams in a particular area. Sype, oh my god, Sype is taking a dump there. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Mystic Esports, oh my goodness, again. Clearing Chumacera, there was no need to head to his Los Leones. They knew that Los Leones is one team's drop location. They deliberately headed to his Los Leones to target one team and ended up facing casualties. And they might get even eliminated from this game. Socket is spotted. That smoke can be clearly seen. One random spray through the smoke would end things for him. And yeah, there it goes. Mystic Esports is out. There was no need to do this. There was no need to take so much risk. And One Esports will be losing none of their players. 3 eliminations coming in, 0 casualties. That's like Prey heading to the Predator to give him a gift of a lifetime. Third circle has been initiated, moving for a eastern shift. Still the water areas are present inside the circle, and this is the kind of circle which is really a pain in the heart of the players, because they need to try a lot. They need to give their 200%, not just 100, but 200%, because there's less amount of land areas inside the circle, and this circle is as small as a 4th or 5th circle. So yeah, it's gonna be chaotic. Eclipse, wow, just 1 HP he has, and he is still alive. Swat Europe, for now, they'll be saving Eclipse. It's gonna be easy ref. TV Esports, 2 of the players are out. Choli, Gatti, the duel surviving. And that's Kefix Old School, who got a winner chicken dinner in the last game. And whichever team ends up getting a winner chicken dinner, I believe they have the most amount of threat of getting eliminated in the initial stages, right in the next game. So yeah, there was a threat for Kefix Old School, but they have overcome that phase maybe. But still, 15 teams are alive in a total of 44 players. You never know. You never know. It might become true. Illusion gets knocked out, by the way. And that is going to be Team RE. Red Eye Esports. Uh-oh. Python gets knocked out too. Now Blaze Tuna. What's Blaze Tuna up to? Carrying Python inside the vehicle, running away from opponents. TBW Esports won't show mercy. Oh, Blaze Tuna survives. Keeps Python alive too. And now the revival will be provided. But you never know. TBW might start following. Might start chasing. Deadshot. Getting away. Brilliant that is by Deadshot. Deadshot survives too. Mausorin, are they going to chase the Ken shots? If that happens, RE's elimination is confirmed. Because that's a nasty position. A sandwich situation RE will be in. And yeah, then surviving would be a hell of a task for them. And Deadshot now maintaining safe distance from his opponents. But TBW Esports, as I said, they might start chasing. And that's what they've done. Alright, finishing Blaze Donor. Python, he's running away! And how far can you run now? That's the question. How far Red Eye Esports can run for their lives. 4-5 MS will be taken down by Choli. The flash comes in immediately. Core team. Down to 1. Serpent. One last player surviving, and he's surrounded by the best team in the lobby right now. It's Kefix Old School. And he'll be flushed out. Try again. Getting that angle, getting the job done. But now Kefix Old School, they need to focus on Team TV, because the job hasn't been done yet. So now, this is a battle for Team TV. A difficult battle. And Cutty gets knocked out. Try again is everywhere. Choli will be taken down too, and DV won't take much time. Kefix Old School, They'll eliminate TV. That wasn't even a fight. That was just one-sided domination shown by Guffix Old School. Pretty easily winning that fight. Uh-oh. Tribexi's out. Maybe got outseen. Not completely eliminated, but just 2 casualties will be faced. That's half of the team getting eliminated from the game. That's a big deal. Cyber's out. EXF gets eliminated from this game, ladies and gentlemen. Gets eliminated on 13th position. 12 teams, 33 players. Hexy, right on the edge. Even just putting that vehicle inside that shack. That's brilliant by Hexy. How did he manage to do that? How did he put that vehicle inside that shack? I'm still not able to interpret that. I'm still not able to get how he was able to put that vehicle inside that shack. Trigon got knocked out and they're fighting SWAT Europe. 3v4 fight it is. Not a 3v4 but a 2v4 fight. And let's see what SWAT Europe is up to. Graphics Esports. Graphics Old School. Esports. This won't be a difficult fight for them, as they've got the numbers advantage. And SWAT Esports, they're taking the initiative too. Even they have to make it to the circle. So even if Graphics Old School asks patience, they will easily win this fight. If they just keep their calm and ask patience from their opponents instead of aggression, they'll win this fight. Crazy. Deals nice little damage there on his opponent. Irem. Wow, that was crazy! My goodness, you gotta be kidding me what a reflex that was. And what a control! For a second I thought Irem survived, but no, crazy with the crazy stuff. Now down to 3 players, Graphics Old School is. That was shot of the day. Eclipse. Using his utilities, well, Lavi Gaming gets knocked out. Crazy brings it another one. And now down to 2 players. Oh, Nomi gets knocked out too. And Graphics Old School is heading towards a humiliation. Try again versus Crazy. This is a 1v1 fight left. And Try again pulls that grenade. After such a good play, Graphics Old School, are they going to be clutched by a single player? Is it going to be a 1v3 coming in? Or a 1v4? By SWAT Crazy? And Nomi, maybe he'll get that revival. Irem, he's way behind. And he's just praying right now that Try Again somehow just wins this fight. Another grenade by Try Again. Won't be enough. Nomi is flushed out. Now Try Again has to fight. Spams that DPS. Won't be enough. And now he's in so much open. But wow. That's a brilliant piece of play. Just uses that vehicle. Changes the seats. Try Again deals hell of a damage on Crazy, but he still takes him down! Crazy! You beauty! What a play, what a clutch! Graphics Old School's existence has been wiped out of this game. Just one player standing tall against them. SWAT Europe's Crazy, what a clutch. What a clutch. What a play. 8 teams, 16 players are now alive. Circle goes for a centralized shift. Yup, that's a northern shift, ladies and gentlemen. Rain Sap holding up tight in the north, in the northeastern regions. So they might stop Mausorin from entering the circle. Even Red Eye Esports as well. Well, TBW Esports maybe will take care of Red Eye Esports. Python is trying to move. TBW Esports, they've been fighting Red Eye Esports. It's a very long time. Hexy. Oh! Alright, couldn't see Hexy. Well, now he'll be able to see. And that's the flush coming in. Team Secret gets eliminated on 8th position. Now Sovereign gets eliminated on 7th. So just 6 teams now and a total amount of 14 players alive. And TBW holding on the edge. Python is in such an open area. Deadshot gets knocked out by Dongshun. And Red Eye Esports, they are very close to get eliminated. Uragan Sap played so much passively in this game. The 2 reliefs they've got till now, they are so much focused. Freaker, last man. Dongshu right in front of him. ETN. It's one player surviving for ETN, that's Dongshu. Freaker closes in. Dongshu doesn't even have a weapon in his hands. And Freaker takes care of him. And Freaker with a 1v4. Did he clutch ETN? But the job hasn't been done yet because TBW shows up. Alright. Misses those connections. Freaker! You need to switch. And he knocks down alright there. But. Touch Me shows up. Right on time. TBW survives. Hell Squad is out. They're eliminated on third position. On fourth position, SWAT Europa gets eliminated on third. So just 2 teams now and a total amount of 6 players. It's a 2v4 fight. Yudain Sab by now, they must have got to know that TBW Esports, they are lacking in numbers. In what area they are present. And Yudain Sab, don't miss this winner chicken dinner. I mean, this will be too much to handle if you miss this one. It should be easy for you. This should be easy for you. Touch Me gets knocked out. Just alright. Last player surviving. Amrit shows up. And Amrit... No, that will be some other guy taking down the last player. And it is all over. Winner chicken dinner coming in for Udain Sap. 6 elims. Great job done by Udain Sap. So much happy to see Udain Sap winning this game. Probably the first winner chicken dinner in front of my eyes. So now Udain Sap, they're in contention. So even if you play passive in the last game, nobody's gonna raise question on you or on the style you apply in the last game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a short break. We'll be right back with match number 3, Rondo. Till then, like, subscribe. Alright, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for match number 3. It's time for Rondo. Well, 2 flight paths. One initiating from Jardana City, finishing off towards Land Pole. In the second flight path, initiating from the center of Ryan and Kunshia and finishing off towards the southern regions of Chuling. Yeah. Flight paths favoring the southeastern regions of Rondo, the southern regions, the eastern regions of Rondo, heading towards Yulin. I mean, that's going to be a hell of a task for teams. Heading to his New York's factory might be easy. That OG3-1 split now will be maintained by players, and there's going to be a lot of bloodshed happening in the initial stages right in the recall phase. Mystic Esports, are they again going to go after one team? Now, Mystic Esports, they have their different... all the teams have their own purposes of playing. Mystic Esports' purpose is to eliminate one esports. One team. That's their purposes. That's their sole purpose of playing is. That's funny, isn't it? They are playing to just fight one team. In the last game, that was an easy rotation, but instead of that, they headed towards Los Leones. That was way, way, way away from the circle. They didn't directly head towards the circle. Instead, they went away from the circle to fight the team, and then they got eliminated. So, they fell on their face. That was an ugly decision which they made. Rain Sap, 2 of the players got knocked out, but the first elimination will be coming in immediately. Recall phase starting off really well. ETN. They are present in... what drop location is this? All these names are so much confusing. I gotta read it. Danxing. It's Danxing. So many teams present here in Danxing. And if we head towards the New York's factory areas... now only... there are just two drop locations which are prioritized by teams. Danxing and... Rising. With less resources, is trying to do the best he can. Hate Most runs away. Hate Most is so much low, and that's Team EXF right underneath him. And maybe one team will get enough time to heal themselves. Get back on their feet. Rising! He was just trying to flush out the player. But Hate Most saves the day for Forex, and one team will face another casualty here. 3 limbs coming in immediately. Sovereign still intact. Face no casualty in the hotspot in the fighting zone. And Weezy bringing in 2 eliminations. And now the time is ticking. Mouse Sovereign, now they have to hurry up. They have to get some big matches for them if they want to make comeback. Because this is match number 3, and after this there will be just one last game remaining. And Mouse Sovereign, even if they want to, they won't be able to make comeback in the last game. The last game is just about formalities. The teams who are the head of the table, they end up winning. Dracula gets spotted. He'll be targeted too. Now Dracula, he has to use the smoke grenades to get the job done. But he is still at a risk of getting knocked out. He'll successfully reach the recall beacon. He'll press that button and bring back his teammates into this game. Now Sovereign has got a decent recall phase. Not that great, not something you can be really very proud of. But decent, better than the last game. TVW Esports, at the same time, has no eliminations. No point they've secured till now. One Esports, Jimmy, that is, who has spotted the players of Mao Sovereign. That is Spain, I guess. Yep. That is Spain of Mao Sovereign. Pain. Where is he? Weezy will be brought back. EXF Esports will be seen while moving. And was that Pain on the record? I mean, my memory is so bad. Maybe that was Pain, maybe that wasn't. But whoever that was on the record tower will successfully bring back all the players into the play. And that was Dracula, maybe. Who was on the record tower who did that tough job of recalling back the players of Mao Sovereign into the game. So now, Mao Sovereign, they're more intact, 4 players alive. And are they gonna go after one team's Jimmy? Jimmy slips out immediately. He sensed the threat rising near him. Two-Face makes no connection on Nixa, and Nixa gets out of it. Gets out of here. But Nixa stops. And Curran now is ready to get his hands on Nixa. And Curran must be very much happy right now. He didn't need to go anywhere. The prey came. Curran. Now he needs to fight. And Nixa is alone. Tongshu is way behind. So maybe it's a 1v1. The other players of Urain Sap, they're pretty much separated. Nixa disengages immediately. And Curran is just sitting quietly there in that corner, just waiting for his opponent Nixa to climb up. And Curran is going to give Nixa a heart attack here. That's true. That's going to happen. But Curran moved a bit there, so Nixa now more alert because Nixa knows where Curran is. Urain Saab got a great last game winner chicken dinner. Amrit in open gets caught, gets knocked out. So Urain Saab might show desperation because both the players are now in fighting area. And I don't understand what Amrit did there. I mean, last game, Urain Saab played so much cautiously and got a winner chicken dinner. Here they ended up making a silly mistake. Amrit, he knew that he is the man who has to recall all the players of Urain Saab, or recall Prime, and he was in the outer skirts. And he came to fight Team ETN, and he got knocked out in a way too open area. Instead of that, he could have just headed towards the recall Bacons and could have recalled Prime back into this game. And maybe if things go south for Two-Face and Curran, he could have recalled them too. But instead of that, he did the complete opposite thing and the most unexpected thing possible. He came here to fight and he got eliminated. So Team ETN, they'll be getting another frag and they're backing off because that's what they wanted. And Nika is maybe heading towards a recall top. But stage 2 has been initiated, a centralized shift by the circle. New York's factory is conquered by Try again. He'll eliminate all the teams present in New York's factory. TBW Alright was the last man and he's out of here. And the great thing is that New York's factory is still present inside the circuit. So Guffex Old School, they did make some blunders in the last game, but they are now serious. They are not ready to make any kind of mistakes here in Rondo. Whatever they did in the last game, that's their past. They'll forget it. On their way they are to get back their throne on the points table. But Mao Sovereign versus EXF. This fight coming in from the northern edge. Payne gets knocked out. Ruthless is the last man standing and there's nothing he can do about it. He cannot save Payne. He cannot save VZ. And EXF Esports to close in and take down these two players before it becomes too worse for them, because the blue zone is a problem for now. And after the third circle initiates, the blue zone will be much more problematic for both these teams. But maybe EXF, they could just head towards the circle. You never know. They might head towards the circle and back off from this fight. But Mao Sovereign, they heard the engine sound and they sensed it. And oh, from the sidelines, Rolozor knocking down Ruthless. Dracula, he's the last man standing. And even I couldn't see Rolozor there. I couldn't know that Rolozor is a opponent here of Ruthless. That was such a great angle Rolozor was holding. And he delivered right when it mattered the most. Dracula is the last man standing. And EXF Esports, I don't think they'll take much longer to get this job done and eliminate Team Mao Sovereign in the initial stages. But look at the cluster in the western regions. Which team is gonna win this? Because this is such a huge battle. So many teams in the western areas. Core team down to 2. They were just playing with 3 players. First casualty coming in. Secret Esports losing 2 of the players. Secret, Hexy and Nalbo is out. Red Eye Esports, well, they have a pretty decent position. But I guess there's a EMP zone. Oh, Python! No, that's not a EMP zone. What is that? That is a EMP zone. The vehicle is not working anymore. And you cannot scope it. That is a EMP zone. Yep. Look at one team. 10 elims. Hate most 4x. Contributing everything in terms of eliminations. Hate most contributing 6 out of 10. He's done a pretty great job till now. Even in the Wrangle game, he did a great job. And the thing which is stopping One Esports from getting a winner chicken dinner is probably their rotations. Because in Wrangle as well, we saw some rotational errors happening. The gunpowder is terrific. There's no doubt that One Esports probably has the best gunpowder in this lobby. Not even a question. But rotation is the problem. They're not able to rotate properly. 14. Moving so much closely. Old School. They're into a fight. And yeah, as I was saying, Old School is not ready to make any kind of mistakes here. Lammy Gaming steps back, gets a good angle. Decent good damage there on Kido, but that wasn't enough. And Venom now, having the close range battles, takes down a player. The cover is not on point. But Venom makes it manageable. Nomi, that is. I'm sorry. Venom, but Nomi, that is, who makes it manageable for OSG. Makes it a 2v3 fight. And Iron will keep on providing the cover. Three fires coming in for Piles. Piles gets knocked out. Iron closes in. Showing up right on time. And now it's a 2v2. Can Old School win this fight? Iron gets knocked out brilliantly. GE catching one player off guard. And delaying the 1v1s and converting it into 1v2s. And Bad Boy puts in the final nail in the coffin. And that's the end. Old School is out of this game. They're eliminated on 16th position. So now 2 back-to-back blunders made by Old School. Mystic Esports takes on K4W. Again, the same problem. Nimbus disadvantage. Those grenades coming in. Oh, so much low. Even Needle right now is so much low. And one expected grenade right on the ground floor would just blow apart K4W completely. 2 of the players might get knocked out. But Mystic Esports right now doesn't have that much amount of information with them. Information is everything. Oh, G2 gets spotted in open. You cannot waste your time. You have to make the most out of it as soon as possible. You don't have much time here in Rondo. It's chaotic. So many teams are alive in the later stages of this game. So you gotta... If you have an off-guard angle, if you're in open, you have to quickly execute. Sexy knocking down Paul. It's a cheeky angle Sexy had. Brings in the first knock. But he's all alone here. Jumps down. Takes risk. K4W completely submissive. Sexy connects more. Insider gets knocked out. What a reflex that was by Sexy. The job hasn't been done yet. A 1v2 is left. Amy versus Sexy OG. And is Amy the last player surviving for K4W? Yup. I guess so. Amy is the last player, and Sexy OG will make it happen. K4W fell on their face. And one more 1v3 now. Sexy OG doing a great job. An insane job. And maybe that was a 1v4. That was a 1v4. What a play by Sexy. Taking down all the players of K4W. K4W gets eliminated on 15th position. Now 14 teams. 39 players are still alive. Look at this circle. The water area is now present inside the circle. This is probably the ugliest circle. The ugliest circle we could see. Now teams are in such a big problem. Because they don't know the circle is going to shift towards the western regions of the river or the eastern regions. It's just a layer of confusion everywhere. And very smartly now the players are just putting their vehicles into the water areas. So that they can breathe underwater. While sitting inside that vehicle, and they are, I mean, at the same time able to heal themselves too. Deadshot is out. DB, they are into a fight. And they are fighting multiple teams at a time. Mystic Esports stabbing them. Knocks down. Mystic Esports will be taken down. Nixa finishing Sexy, but one of the players of Mystic Esports knocked out Gertie. The grenade right on target. Kazi gets knocked out. And GE was showing DV how it's done. How you use grenades. Because till now, DV was going for back-to-back grenades, but they made no connections. And within a fraction of a second, they're eliminated from this game. They're eliminated on 9th position. Brilliantly, GE converting that fight. Winning it for them. Bad Boy knocking down Jenny with that grenade. And that's how GE won that fight. And Bad Boy even took down Choli. So he probably did a 1v3 with just grenades. Bad Boy gets knocked down. 7 teams, 20 players. It's chaotic, isn't it? Rondo is always chaotic. Circle, by the way, moves for a southwestern shift, so now teams don't really need to worry because they know now where the circle is gonna move. Hell squad, again, just by surviving. But in this game, they did choose violence in the initial stages, so a pretty good play by Hell squad. 8 elims, that's really very good. And now they're taking on Team Secret. Harris gets knocked out by Anonymous. Anonymous is a solo guy, and he'll be taken down. The south has been cleared by Hell Squad. And this whole area is now theirs. It's just A-Lab Esports pretty much close to them, and A-Lab Esports, I guess, even they won't be asking any questions from Team Hell Squad for now. That's a huge ridge in between, and A-Lab Esports can barely see the players of Hell Squad for now. But what? Cactus got flushed out there. And Bofi getting that angle. A-Lab Esports getting their 4th elimination. And the team which has been passive in this game, the most amount of passiveness if any team has shown, that would be Team A-Lab Esports. Just 4 elims, that too in a Rondo game. I guess they did nothing in the recall phase. Well, Kiddo, he gets knocked out. And 2 players of Team GE getting knocked out now. So they sort of took a taste of their own medicine. This is what Bad Boy did to Team DV. Piles has to fight, but Juniors making connections through the smoke. And that's the end. GE gets eliminated on 6th position. And Nixa Juniors is a duel surviving for ETN. Even ETN is showing a good consistency, good resilience by their side. This is probably the 3rd consecutive time Team ETN is going to make it to the top 5. I don't know about the last game. I don't remember what their position was. But I guess they did great in the last game. They did well in the last game. You never know. Circle moves for a southern shift. Urain Sap, now in the last game, they have to work a lot if they want to win this grand finals for them. After a very long time. I've seen Urain Sap. I've been watching Urain Sap play for a very long time. And this is their first winner chicken dinner in front of my eyes. Been watching Urain Sap from a very long time. But this is their first winner chicken dinner. Can this be their first victory as well? Winning finals. Junior knocking down Freaka, Frosty, Paris, duel surviving. TBW, it's gonna be a tough ride for them to enter the circle. And maybe what I think is they will just grab the northern region to enter the circle. And since that compound is present inside the circle, they will just go for that slam. And alright, got flushed out in between. Rusty gets knocked out too. Mitra is the last player surviving, and TBW Esports didn't expect that. Till now, Team 1, they were just lying there in that corner, and nobody had a clue there. And Jimmy, Prawn, their deadly duo showing up right on time. Mitra knocking down Bofi of A-Lab Esports. So TBW Esports not ready to surrender. And maybe Mitra is going against God's plan. Gets a corner to breathe. A-Lab Esports, they have an army of players. One Esports can increase the difficulties of Team A-Lab Esports. They can make it happen. Grenade. Good amount of damage there on Golden Fish. Finally, Mitra has been taken down by Freeze. That's the end. TBW gets eliminated on 5th position. But Junior is taking care of Team 1. One team is out. They'll be getting eliminated on 4th position. 3 teams, 7 players. Freaka, water reflex that was. Jamal. So slow he is. Barely survived. Gets a knock there. Oh, but he didn't know about Frosty, didn't he? And Frosty will get eliminated because of the blue zone. So yeah, it's a 3v1 fight. Doesn't really need to panic. Juniors is the last man standing, and he will be taken down by Golden Fish. A-Lab Esports it is, ladies and gentlemen. Getting a winner chicken dinner. Nine elims and a winner chicken dinner. That's great. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if yes, make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button. We'll be right back after a short break. Till then, stay tuned, stay happy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the final game. It's Prime Weekly Series Season 4, PUBG Mobile Tournament, and here we go. The flight path initiating from the southern regions of Stalba, finishing off towards the northern regions of Primorsk. Central regions are being favored by the flight path, heading towards the southern regions. Yep, it will be difficult, but I'm expecting a lot of chaos from this game. ALP Sports, in this game I guess they will head towards Yasna Polena, no doubt in it. No doubt in it. Even Team Hell Squad, I guess they're gonna glide. They're not gonna head towards Yasna Polena. But Old School, they're the only team who I can see heading towards Yasna Polena. ALP Sports have compromised, and ALP Sports and Old School have made a agreement. Maybe they've shaken hands that Old School will loot Yasna Polena, and ALP Sports can, loot wherever they want to. They can loot wherever they want to loot. TBW Esports headed towards Rozhok. First circle has been initiated, favoring the northern regions, the eastern regions, and the central regions of Varangal. Farm strip is still present inside the circle. Now the southern island is completely out. The western and the northwestern regions are out of the circle. Jungly gets knocked out immediately after dropping, so that's a clash coming in from school apartments. One thing is true, that Mystic Esports is not playing that seriously. Jimmy Mars. The H up there. G2 gets knocked out. Krish took care of him, but Krish gets knocked out as well. Socket with that Scorpion, he is explosive. Body just has a pistol there in his hands, and that's not going to be enough. But is it a 1v1? Is it a 1v1? I want to see. And both the teams now reviving the players, I guess. Socket definitely is the last player surviving, and he's trying to revive Sexy there, and he has a AR weapon in his hands. But Socket is closing in with that Scar, and he doesn't know where the players of Mystic Esports actually are. Sexy OG gets knocked out. Socket is the last player surviving, and he came in the fire line. He came in the line of fire, and 40 took care of both the players. And Mystic Esports will be getting eliminated on 19th position. That's such a great play by 40. FT Esports, they conquer school apartments. But look at the amount of teams present in Yasnaya. Oh, sorry, Pachinki. Not Yasnaya. SWAT Europe. And, we'll count it. We'll count it. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. ALP Esports, SWAT Europe, EXF, K4W, Core Team, GE. So it makes it almost 6. 5 teams present right now in a small drop location. EXF has already faced casualties. Core Team, they're out. They're eliminated. GE Esports just losing Bad Boy, getting 6 elims for them, almost eliminating 2 teams at a time. But the fight hasn't ended. K4W Esports pretty much close to SWAT Europe. And K4W Esports might get their revenge. Eliminating SWAT Europe is on their minds. Mystic Esports, they wanted to eliminate one Esports. They desperately tried to get that job done, but they couldn't do it. Wow, this is going to be epic. ALP Esports very smartly just looting a corner. So they just have to focus on their front. They don't have to care about which team is going to backstab them, because there is no team right now who can really be in a position to backstab Team ALP Esports. Now Sovereign started off ugly. Weezy's out. Face is knocked out. Ruthless getting those 2 eliminations. The fight is against TBW Esports and Team Secret. Fighting 2 teams at the same time. Team Secret a bit far away. TBW Esports, did they lose any player is the question. Secret Esports is surviving with 4 players. TBW Esports, in fact, they faced a casualty. And even Romania squad, they are in school, so they might participate in this fight. So pretty aggressive Erangel till now. Absolutely. So much aggressiveness we've seen till now. Nah, such a dry air in Pachinki. And now finally, Bofi knocking down Alien Boy. Crazy will be spotted. Amy goes for the spray. Won't be able to make any connections there. Oscuro. Crazy knocks down Niddle. He's so much good with that TBS. Down to 3 players. SWAT Europe is. K4W, even they're down to 3 players. And this is just the beginning. There is so much left in this drop clash. As long as Crazy is alive, Sword Europe, they don't need to worry about anything. Absolutely. As long as he is alive, Sword Europe, they can be pretty chill. They don't need to worry because the man in form will take care of things. Ayla Beast was very smartly. They're just watching right now because they've got a winner a chicken in the last game. So I don't understand. Ayla Beast was why they took so much risk of heading towards Pachinki. Because the last winner a chicken must have definitely brought them into contention. But they headed towards Pachinki and this drop location is filled with players. There are so many teams here. And Ayla Beast was just very smartly watching this fight from a distance. Eclipse gets knocked out from a range. Kiddo finishing Bolfrey. Ayla Beast Post, they are down to 2. They're down to 3. Wow, Crazy. He anticipated it really well. Hinzada gets knocked out. And SWAT Europa, they are closing in. They want blood. And SWAT Europa at this point, they have a lot to win and nothing to lose. Eclipse is out. Crazy is in. He has the TBS. Call. You need to be agile there. Still Crazy hasn't closed in. Change in plans by SWAT Europa. They are going passive. GE, such a great control they have over this drop flash. They've just lost one player, that too in the initial status, and after that they've maintained the pace, lost no players, and they're continuously fighting. Look at them, they have 7 elims. They are continuously fighting. They're doing multiple things at the same time. Uh-oh, Amy knocking down Kid. And maybe that was Caster's curse. I appreciated GE way too much, and they got eliminated on 17th position. Till now, they were doing a fantastic job. Their players were alive, and at the same time, they were even able to get eliminations for them. Amy will be taken down. K4W is out. They were even able to get eliminations for them. They were able to keep their players alive. But they got overwhelmed, definitely. There are so many teams here. They definitely got overwhelmed, and they got eliminated from this game. So not just 3 teams alive here in Pachinki. SWAT Europa versus Ayla Esports versus EXF. That's just Sype, the solo player, surviving for EXF. And I don't know when is he gonna close in. Rolozor just secured 1 elimination from this game. So EXF Esports, they are not heading towards the lobby empty-handed. Sype immediately pulls the grenade. The utility can't make the difference. Crazy might get knocked out. Clever that is by Sype. He's an absolute genius with this move. Pulls another one. But now, a close in. And Sype taking care of his opponent, Oscuro. Showing too much, too much hurry there. Showing too much urgency of taking down Sype. And Sype taking care of him. EXF Esports is still in this game. 3 elims for them. SWAT Europa, they were eliminated on 15th position. But Sype is in a way too open area. Ayla Esports might find an angle on him. Second circle has been initiated. Our teams, they are gathering around the regions of Pachinki. DB Esports moving quite closely. They just have 1 elim now. They've got to start. They might go after Team Secret. Team Secret is pretty much quiet, sitting in that corner. Anonymous hides himself. Golden Fish takes down Sype. EXF gets eliminated on 14th position. 13 teams, 40 players are alive. ETN still hasn't messed up with any team. What are they waiting for? I mean, till now, ETN, they should have fought. But ETN not that much interested, maybe, because they like to play passive. They wouldn't like to take any kind of risk. They don't want to gamble their victory. Romania scored, going after Team TBW Esports. Rusty's out. TBW Esports has been eliminated. On 13th position, they'll be eliminated from this game. Chunky gets that 1v2 done. And this is probably the best performance of Romania squad out of these 4 games. Because still now, it was just absolute misery in Romania squad, at least in this last game. They're getting something for themselves. These 2 eliminations is a huge accomplishment, is what I feel. And Romania squad, they won't give up. It's still a long journey. They There will be a lot of potholes in the way, a lot of hurdles, a lot of hills, terrains. They gotta deal with it. And at least get a winner in a chicken dinner in this last game before finishing off this tournament. Before finishing off these finals, get this winner in a chicken dinner. Get this job done. Hell Cactus knocking down Nika of ETN. ETN, the game Sap. They'll be showing up out of nowhere, and Cactus Eye-Shield, that's a reality check. And Hellscore losing their Eye-Shield. They're down to 3 players. And again now that passive play will come into play maybe from Hellscore's side. Until and unless if any team just randomly goes for that slamming on Hell Paradise, taking all the initiative, doing the job, and pushing it for a close range fight, forcing Hellscore to initiate a fight. If any team does that, then maybe things might change. Current gets knocked out. And Urain Sap needs to take care of him. Two-Face. Maybe he'll be easily able to deploy those smokes and save his teammate Current. But ETN Esports, they decide to check out here. That might be devastating for Urain Sap. But Amrit, he's pretty much close to Team ETN. And he gets knocked out by Dongshu. So now problems rising for Urain Sap. Oh my goodness, Prime gets knocked out through the smoke. Now he needs a revival. He needs a favor back from Current. Maybe reviving Current was not that great of a decision made by Team Urain Sap. Amrit is out. Prime gets the revival. You need to get out of here as soon as possible. But the problem is Urain Sap has no vehicles. How are they going to run back? That's the question. And Hellscore. Oh my god. Freaker knocks down Current. And now Current needs that revival. Oh my goodness. Through the smoke, Current got flushed out. Can you believe that? And now that's ugly. Urain Sap down to 2. Two-Face. Prime is the duo surviving. Hellscore doing a great job. I mean, doing the best with what they have. The Two-Face showed up. And Frosty might get caught by that grenade. Will Frosty get knocked out? That grenade a bit too overcooked. Prime is in an open area, and ETN now bordering Prime. And he is being overwhelmed between these two teams. Prime gets knocked out. And ETN will come back. Junior is knocking down Paris as well. So Hell Paradise, Hell Squad, they will suffer equally. Like Team Urain Sap. Paris is out of this game. Hell Squad down to 2. Two-Face can sneak out. Oh, Frosty from a range. Making headshot connections. Making west connections. Body shot connections. Second moves for a third shift. That's a northwestern shift, ladies and gentlemen. No team in the north. That's one team in the west. And most of the teams in the southeast of the circle. Especially Old School has a huge area secured under them. ALP Esports in the eastern regions of Rozok. And FT Esports straight away closes in. They have nothing to lose. They might love this fight. And ALP Esports just sitting quietly. FT Esports doesn't even know that there is a team inside that compound. Do they know? That's the question. Do they know? One Elim. Just for team 1 Esports. Unix is out. Playstona will take care of him. And that's Red Eye Esports going for the third party. Playstona is the last player surviving. And it's still a 1v1 left maybe. Look at Dongju! Sitting in the back seat of that buggy. That's a 1v2 left. Dongju gets knocked out. Dongju was too much nonchalant there. Just sitting in that buggy. And what did he think? That Playstona won't be able to see him? No, that was too much expectations he kept. ETN makes are reviving juniors. Playstona deploying the smokes. But now the Granova will be coming in. And now Playstona has been exposed. Uh-oh. Juniors jump down, takes down Playstona. That's ruthless. Ari's out. They'll be getting eliminated on 11th position. 10 teams, 24 players. TV straight away going for that slam, and that is so much unexpected. And this team is unpredictable. Straight away, one of the players going for the slam, and Jenny knocking down Nomi of Old School. And Team Old School was maintaining a split, so they'll be giving 2 eliminations and they'll be taking away 1 from Team Old School. That's a good exchange. Try again. Well, that was a 2-2 split maintained by Team Old School, not a 3-1. Try again, steps up, but he's in a way to. Oh my god! You gotta be kidding me, Try again! How on earth did he knock down Jenny there? I still cannot believe. And that too with a UMP-45. UMP-45, the bullet travel speed, we all know how much less it is as compared to AR. And Try Again was not at all in control. And he ends up clutching a 1v2 against Team DV. That is unbelievable. Oh my god, that's sick. That is sick. And on 9th position, DV gets eliminated. 8 teams, 18 players, Old School giving a reality check to DV. Circle moves for a western shift. 1 team in the northwest right now. Team Secret versus 1 team. Throne, wow, that is brilliant by Throne. And now it's just a matter of time. Anonymous, if he waits in the open, he's gonna get knocked out, and he will get knocked out. Throne, what a control that was over that spray. And now 1Hate versus Hexy. And Hexy has no eyes over 1Hate. Yeah, Hate most. He's gonna deploy that grenade. Hexy gets cooked. That's the end. Team Secret, they're out. They're eliminated on 8th position. 7 teams, 16 players is the remaining number now. Freaker didn't make any noise. Uh-oh, Freaker did make some noise there. So now he's exposed. And we'll have to see how much time 1 team needs to take care of Freaker of Hell Squad. But ETN draws the attention of Team 1. So first ETN versus 1 team, and then they'll be focusing on Hell Squad. But Frosty gets caught in open. ETN gets that frag. And I mean, ETN, I guess they're looking for the players of Hell Squad to finish. They just want the finishers of Team Hell Squad. They just want to finish the players of Team Hell Squad. That's what they want to do. And now just 1 last player. Freaker is alive. And Hell Squad, they are trapped in between 2 teams. Try Again takes down a player of ALP Sports. Old School, they're on again. Golden Fish, last man. Oh, that vehicle goes underwater. But Golden Fish is finished out. Lavi Gaming is low, but that's fine. Old School getting the 7th elimination. ALP Sports, they're out. On 7th position, yep. They're out on 7th position. Niggs is knocked out. Junior, last place surviving. And now, maybe Old School, they'll be heading towards a winner chicken dinner, is what I feel. Juniors will be taken down, but immediately 1 team, they'll be meeting Old School, but Lavi Gaming gets knocked out too. Throne. What a control by Throne over this fight. And now it's a 1v1 against Try Again. He has a huge amount of healings, no need to worry. But oh my god, what a tracing that was! That too with his 4x scope. Throne jumps into the fight again. But now he has to wait. The help arrives. And Hate Most puts in the final nail in the coffin. And Try Again. He got knocked out by the Rano of Hate Most. And that's the end. Elimination coming in. But maybe 1 team didn't get that frag. That extra frag of Try Again. Because yeah, Hate Most wasn't driving that buggy. He was in the passenger seat. That's why. He didn't get that frag. It's absolutely fine. You're getting a winner with a chicken in hand, not just 1 frag, then it's absolutely fine. So now 1 team heading towards a glorious winner chicken dinner. This is what you're waiting for. Kerosene. Way too open area. Freaker will be taken down by 40. But now Romania squad, they have their eyes on FT40 Dada. QP making a blunder there. Grenade couldn't go in. It was a big window, but this time Cupidon putting that grenade in. In our third position, Team FD gets eliminated. One team, they've sensed it. They know where Team Romania is. They'll close in and end this fight soon. And even if they don't close in, Kerosene was caught in open. Cupidon is the last man. And then he beats Jimmy. Gets some good amount of damage for himself. But yeah, even if they don't close in, they have to head towards the circle. Romania squad needs to enter the circle. So it's like a slow death for them. Look at Jimmy. He's going out of the circle just to take 1v1. Just to pick that 1v1 fight against Cupid. He's ready to face the damage of the blue when Throne closes in. Now it's a contest who will get this frag. Cupid inside that building. And one thing is true, Cupid is not gonna make it to the circle. Oh my god, Cupid pulls a 1v2 and gets finished out because of the blue. So that's the end. One team getting that winner chicken in the final game with 8 elims. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and if yes, make sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button. I hope you guys have enjoyed. So yeah, we'll be meeting in the next event, ladies and gentlemen. Till then, bye bye, good night, and take care.